Peter Fortune.
Thank you, Ms. Jolene. It's a pleasure to serve under your chairmanship, and I'd like to thank my right honourable friend for securing the debate. And I agree with nearly everything he said, the notable exception being, of course, that the constituency with the finest high streets is, of course, Bromley and Biggin Hill. And these high streets matter. They're the economic heart of our cities, towns and villages, supporting local jobs and serving, as my right honourable friend said, as a social hub for communities. When they're in decline or are struggling, communities feel it. There are not only fewer jobs and less cohesion locally, but a deep sense of loss. Shuttered shops and empty streets shatter civic pride. And while too many communities have seen their local high streets decline, we avoided mass closure during the pandemic thanks to generous public support. The retail, hospitality and leisure relief, which initially offered firms 100% relief on their business rates with a cap of up to 110,000, was one of those pivotal measures. It was a lifeline for many businesses and continued to be so through the energy crisis and subsequent inflation. And while it was intended as a temporary measure, the tax break remains crucial to the recovery of high streets and local growth. It is not yet time to rapidly reduce it. That's why the government's decision to reduce the relief from 75% to 40% is a huge blow. The change effectively doubles the business rates bill for retail, hospitality and leisure firms. And that's on top of the high energy costs and above target inflation, which are squeezing businesses. In my constituency, we're fortunate to have successful high streets, whether it's in Bromley Town Centre, which is home to over 700 businesses and supports 20,000 jobs, or the smaller parades in Hayes, Biggin Hill, Coney Hall, Bickley and Keston. However, they remain under pressure from rising costs, inflation and high energy prices. These same challenges are also squeezing consumer spending. It's precisely the wrong time to be rapidly reducing the business rates relief. For an independent pub in my constituency, with a rateable value of 98,000, the changes to the relief and the increase in the standard multiplier mean their tax bill is increasing by nearly £20,000. It's especially reckless, as this is not the only government policy impacting our high streets. In one swoop, ministers have also hiked the minimum wage, created swathes of new employment red tape, and introduced a substantial increase in national insurance contributions. All this combined means the government has mixed an expensive anti-business cocktail for our high streets that few businesses can afford. It will mean fewer jobs, less investment, and closures at a time when we want to grow our local economies. A penny off the pint was what the government boasted at last year's tax hiking budget. But behind that lacklustre announcement, they've not been honest about the collective impact of their policies, which are costing high street businesses an absolute fortune. If this government is serious about securing investment and growing the economy, it needs to rethink its decision to rapidly reduce this critical relief before it hollows out Britain's high streets and pulls down the shutters for good.
After